And you know what? Every time that I'm talking with the awareness that this fucking buttyfish will live in other house adjacent to mine is listening to every fucking word I say, right? And what this landlord does is he hides criminals in this fucking unit over here. People with warrants, people who are running from the law, all kind of crazy shit, okay? Now, mind you, let me tell you how these people cold. So like I said, when I came to Jamaica to situate my son's paperwork, right? And leave because I really had been trying to get on the continent of Africa for so long, right? That's what I was trying to do. So my mother pretended, because she knows she done stole money from me from way back when, right? She stole money from me. She had this lady come to her restaurant and she set her daughter Taniki up to come tell me some crap, right? And then me always back in the day, I used to defend it. So when Nikki come tell me, said she that chat about me, right? I was like, let me go straight in this hoe and let her ask, no, bitch, I don't want nothing from you, hoe. I don't want nothing from you, okay? And I just told her what I thought of her and everything. So I slid down her bed. I think I put that in another video on TikTok. That I slid down to the restaurant. Me and at the time, my homegirl Aisha went down there and I told her straight up, like I dressed for the hoe and everything. You know what I'm saying? And told her like, bitch, I don't want nothing from you. You've been telling me ever since I was fucking 8 years old that we're gonna have to get the fuck out your house soon as we turn 18. If we make it to 18, the type of shit that this bitch would say to her children. Okay? Anyways, so make a long story short, when I came down here, I never forget, I was looking for a place to rent down here from foreign. And I couldn't find one because I had no connections. It's like nobody in my family would help me. Every time I called somebody in the family, they was, oh, I don't know how to do that. I don't know. That type of bullshit, right? So it kind of made me stagnant because, you know, me, I hadn't been to Jamaica in so long. And I was determined to come. I didn't give a fuck. Because as long as I had been away, I hated it. I fucking hated it. I hated it so bad, I didn't even want a house in foreign. I didn't want to buy nothing that would hold me there. I wanted to fucking dip like a nomad and shit like that, right? All right. So make a long story short, I never forget my bitch ass brother, Lobban. When I called him, I told him, I don't remember if it was him calling me or whatever, but I doubt it was him calling me because I would have found that strange because he used to be like, I don't fuck with that bitch. Don't fuck with that bitch, man. That bitch is this, that bitch is that. All right. So make a long story short, when me and him was talking and I was like, yo, I'm just going to slide down there. And, you know, she said I could stay by her and shit. He was like, bitch, why are you going to stay by that bitch? You know that bitch don't do nothing for nobody unless she gets something out of it. So you better be careful as fuck, man. Don't trust that bitch. So I ain't give a fuck, right? Because I'm just that type of motherfucker. I'm going to see what it is. You know what I'm saying? So when I came down here, I had no plans at staying at my mother's house. I really was hoping that she was on some, you know, decent shit or trying to change, you know what I'm saying? And we could work shit out and be like mother and daughter shit, right? So the thing that fucked everything up, though, is I ain't let nobody know what I was walking with as far as my bread. I ain't let nobody know shit, right? So when I got to her, she was moving like I was broke. Every dime I spent, this bitch was mad that I was spending this bread. And furthermore, it was me and my daughter who was in college at the time, right? And my son, because my daughter, that daughter that came with me, her parents are from Haiti. She had never been to Haiti and she had never been to Jamaica. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna let my children grow up and not know Jamaica. So I tried to bring both my daughters, Ashley and Tamaya. At the time, when I was planning on leaving, I suddenly got sick all of a sudden, right? Ashley, even though I was on the verge of dying, Ashley dipped and went to Florida on vacation. Okay? Even though I was on the verge of dying, and she fucking knew this. She knew this. And every time that she would see like my stomach, because all of my stomach broke out in this big ass rash because somebody fed me something that was poison. So I fucking ended up with, when I say rash, I'm talking about the rash was so bad I couldn't even sit up. The rash was so bad I couldn't sit on the toilet to piss or shit. I mean, it was so big, it was so raw, and I had to treat that shit. I ain't even gonna tell you what I'm gonna treat that, what I had to treat that shit with, because some of these bitches gonna go through the same shit I went through. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be damned if I help they pussy ass. Okay? So, make a long story short, this fucking rash was raw. It hurt like a motherfucker. When I say I couldn't even turn like this. Like even sitting up like this hurt. You feel me? That's how bad them bitches did me. And I was like that for almost a fucking year. I was like that in Massachusetts for almost a year. Like I say, Ashley dipped. She went to Florida to go do whatever the fuck she was doing down there with them mud ass bitches down there that she was with. Right? She went and stayed by, at the time, who I thought was my homegirl, Kathy. Kathy is nobody's homegirl. Kathy will fuck your man and act like she ain't fucked your man and plot against you and plan against you. The bitch is a fucking witch. I won't say white witch because the bitch is a black bitch witch. Okay? That's what she really is. Okay? All right. So, make a long story short, where was I? So, when I'm down here at my mom's house, right? When I talked to my mother on the phone before I even came to Jamaica, I said to the bitch, I'm like, yo, you sure you don't want me to pay you rent? I don't need your money. I don't need your money. I'm like, you sure? Anywhere I stay, I would have to, you know what I'm saying, pay rent. So, and mind you, I was really uncomfortable because I know that whole like that bread. So I was really just trying to pacify my motherfucking self by paying this hoe her any fucking thing. You see what I'm saying? Because I know that hoe is a money hungry bitch. So it didn't sit right with me not to give her money, because if I didn't give her money, I know that bitch would be watching my money, because that's how the fucking hoe is. She's always been like that. Even when I was fucking like 9 years old, fresh from Jamaica in Jersey, watching this bitch on the phone holler at people like, oh, me don't know what me I go do. Me only have $2,000. Me don't know what me I go do. Oh God, me have this rent for pay. Me have this payment for make. And my God, me don't know what to do. Lee Moore not help me with nothing. And da. You see when that bitch put the phone down? She calling the next motherfucker. That's how she rolled. She used to go through like 13 bitches a day. $100 here, $900 here, $1,000 here. I saw that from the time I was 9. So certain shit, me not take, good. Certain shit, me not respect you, right? Because from early on, I didn't respect that shit when I was a jit before I became an adult. I didn't respect that motherfucking shit. You see what I'm saying? And another thing that always struck me as fucking odd. This bitch, right? Even when we moved to Florida, I'm talking about Lilith Smith. This bitch used to be cussing and complaining about the fact that she can't do this and she don't know where she go to. That time she have husband, old blood clot husband, Anyways, so mind you, she used to always be cussing and complaining. So me, as a teenager, I used to be like, why don't you put daddy on child support? He's never paid anything. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you put him on child support? But this bitch knew that motherfucker wasn't my daddy. Praise God. I swear, for God, I just really, the God in me would love some documentation that this pussy nigga ain't my daddy, okay? Any one of them bitches. If I find out that hoe ain't my mama, Jesus Christ, I might run outside with me titty them and show a lot, God, because they're so pretty. You know, the titty's so pretty. I just might run outside and show everybody my titty like, look, y'all get a prize. Because I get a prize. You see what I'm saying? Because this would be like the best fucking thing that could happen. Because I don't really give two fucks. I ain't too money. I ain't on that money shit. I like pretty things. I love nice things. But the only thing I ever gave a fuck about was my family. That's the only thing I give a fuck about, right? Is my family. Not them motherfuckers, because they're not my family, and I'm fully aware. I'm talking about what comes out of me. What comes out of me? Oh, it comes out of my vagina. Anyways. Oh, look, y'all. Look at these. I bought these for this bitch, okay? And this bitch looked at me and said, she don't want no reminders of me whatsoever, okay, in her house. And this bitch is walking around in a fucking house that I paid for. This pussy asshole. I just don't get it. Like, that shit blows my motherfucking mind. Like, when I look back and think of every way that they acted, Bitch, I paid for your whole existence, bitch. Like, what you would have done? What y'all hoes would have done if it was not for me? What the fuck you would have done? And then just look at the thing that's great, too, that blows my mind, is meanwhile you stealing money from me, you dipping off into shit that was for me and done in it. You still taking shit from me. I'm still supporting your bitch ass. I'm still giving you curtains. I'm still giving you sheets, lotion, fucking perfume, glasses, purses, wigs and shit. Bitch, I don't even wear none of that shit. And I'm buying that shit for your bitch ass and you hating. I never forget, I did her and her fucking friend Annette. The bitch Annette from Blood Clot. The one where tell everybody say Pinky, Uncle, Reapar. You understand what I say? I say all them bitch, them I tell her say, I don't know, you know. I don't know. I say, me surprised. So, you still alive. I must true God want me see you suffer to blood clot. You know what I say? I don't understand how you bitches can walk around breathing. How you look at your motherfucking selves. I just don't get it. I don't know why. Because it's so fucking confusing to me. How a motherfucker can be this way and walk around not feeling like they should die. I just don't get it. You see what I'm saying? Because they ain't shit in me that could feel good about my motherfucking self if I was doing this shit to people. I couldn't feel good about my motherfucking self. So what the fuck y'all got in y'all? Who the fuck is y'all? Y'all fucking demons. Demons. And I'm telling you, you bitches walking around acting like you Jehovah's Witnesses, you fucking cult bastards. Ugh.